Hey, shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome back. Hey, I thank you again for joining me. Hey, listen, today I want to talk about a theory about Judas Iscariot. There's a theory that popped up here, and I just want to share this with you. Let me know what you think about it. I believe maybe some of it could be plausible, but I'll just wait. I'll wait to read this to you, and then you could make up your own minds for yourself, or Uh, just comment below. I'd like to hear from you on this. I just want you to know just what this is all about, and it's about Judas Iscariot, the traitor who basically stuck a knife in the back of our Savior and turned him in. Okay, I'll start out here. It says we are told by Yeshua that Judas was selected to be one of the apostles, even though it was known by Yeshua that he was an adversary, a devil. Yeshua answered them, "Have I not chosen you 12, and one of you is a devil?" You can find that in the Gospel of John, chapter 6, verse 70. This recognition by Yeshua is stated a full year before he was betrayed by Judas. The New Testament writers show that it was Satan who inspired Judas to perform this deed at the Passover season. And supper being ended, the devil having now put into the heart of Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, to betray him. And that's in John 13, verse 2. Be this as it may, why was Judas picked by Yeshua for the role that he played? If one will look closely at the text of the New Testament, it shows that Judas was not a common person such as a fisherman or a tax collector. Judas was actually a high-ranking official, a religious official. He was a priest in the line of Aaron. This can be proven by paying close attention to what the New Testament says of him. Note that after Judas betrayed Yeshua to the chief priest, they gave him 30 pieces of silver to hand Yeshua over to them when there were no crowds around that might prevent his arrest. And that's in Luke 22, verse 6. Later, when Judas had realized what he had done and became remorseful for it, he took those coins to the temple and threw them over the floor on the naos, a Greek word meaning the holy place, in which only Aaronic priest could enter. Now, Matthew 27, verse 5. But note this. The original Greek of a large number of New Testament manuscripts on Matthew 27, verse 5 says that Judas scattered the coins while in the holy place. See the Greek translation, the Greek New Testament, UBS, page 108. This verse shows that Judas was inside a part of the temple which was reserved only for the priests. It means that Judas was in fact a priest. But that is not all. The best reading of Mark 14, verse 10 shows that Judas was more than an ordinary apostle. He was the one of the 12. This expression gave Judas a preeminence among the apostles. Professor Wright, from Synopsis of the Gospels in Greek, page 31, was of the belief that Mark makes Judas the chief of the apostles. Field, the New Testament scholar, in his notes on translation of the New Testament, said Mark meant that Judas was the first, that is, number one of the apostles. This may be going a little too far, but even the Dictionary of Christ and the Gospels, volume 1, page 908, states that Mark's definition gave Judas some kind of priority. This makes sense if Judas was an Aaronic priest. The authorities among the Israelis in the first century, as far as spiritual offices were concerned, were first priests, second Levites, and third were the ordinary Israelis. Jesus could. Okay. This fact concerning the preeminence of the priests can explain the puzzle of who sat on Yeshua's left side and right side at the supper. Here it says we know that John sat on the one side because he was able to hear Yeshua whisper a statement to Judas Iscariot that the apostles did not hear. And we are told that he was reclining in Yeshua's bosom. That's in John chapter 13, verse 26, compared to John chapter 13, 26 through 28, where it shows how John was the only one who heard distinctly what Yeshua said to Judas. This indicates that Judas sat next to Yeshua on the opposite side of John. And since it was customary for top priests to have the best positions at festivals and other functions, this shows that Judas, as a priest, was no doubt on Yeshua's right side. There is also evidence. Wait a minute, where's that? Okay, this makes the crime of Judas even more heinous. One of the persons ordained in the Old Testament to be an official representative for Yahweh was the very person to betray Yeshua. Many are familiar with the common epithet of that signifies the religious ranks of Judas. It is Judas Priest, and not the band, of course. This historical evidence shows that Judas was in fact a priest. What has this to do with the rituals of the temple and the crucifixion of Yeshua? Very much indeed. And the primary sin offering for the sins of the priest, a bullock, was killed at the altar of burnt offering at the entrance of the holy place, and some of its blood was taken into the holy place and sprinkled before the inner curtain of the temple. That's in Leviticus chapter 4, verse 6. A similar sin offering was that for the whole congregation of Israel, verse 17. The carcasses of these sin offerings were then taken to the Mifkad altar at the summit of Olivet, and there they were burnt to ashes. Leviticus chapter 4, verses 12 and 22. With this in mind, we need to ask how the blood of those two sin offerings could represent the blood of Yeshua in his atoning sacrifice for sin, because Yeshua's literal blood was not taken into the holy place and sprinkled before the inner curtain. No, but the 30 shekels that Judas obtained, no doubt from monies deposited in the temple treasury, were reckoned by the chief priests to be blood money. Matthew 27, verses 6 through 8. Importantly, we have seen in Matthew 27, verse 5, that Judas the priest scattered the 30 shekels representing the blood of Yeshua while he was within the very holy place where the priest sprinkled the blood of the sin offering, which we have mentioned in Leviticus chapter 4, verses 1 through 21. This would have been, in the symbolic sense, an official sprinkling of blood of Yeshua by an ordained priest with Judas within the actual place ordained by Moses. Again, the symbolic parallel is too close for these circumstances to be coincidental. At least the apostles must have understood that this was a priestly requirement of the law of Moses that was being carried out by Judas the priest. So right there, that was just a theory about Judas, and it's possible he was a priest. Now the symbolic things and other stuff, it's questionable, but yeah, Judas, he could have been an Aaronic priest, son of Aaron. But I'm just leaving that up to you to decide. It's just interesting. I just wanted to bring it up and let you know about it and what your thoughts were on it and stuff like that. And besides that, I have nothing else right now. And I thank you again for joining me. And please give me a big thumbs up, hit that notification bell, and also subscribe. And also comment, like I said before, comment below. Let me know what you think about this. Any good information, I welcome it, and criticisms, anything. And besides, with that said and done, peace out and shalom.